Good evening and welcome to the May 2025 Orange Board of Selectmen meeting. In the event of an emergency, we have a lot of doors out of this room, out here to the front parking lot, out the side to where the ladies are handing out numbers, over here to the other hallway, out the back. You can stop at the cafe, I guess, out there, but plenty of exits. With that said, please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll start down the far end down there.
Good evening, Mitch Goldblatt.
Bill Kraut.
PJ Shanley.
Good evening, John Carangelo.
Good evening, Vincent Marino, Town Attorney.
Ann Denny, Secretary to the Board.
Excellent. We all know who we are tonight. Oh, I left my pen in my other shirt. Okay. Public participation. Public participation is for any item that is not an agenda item. Is there anybody in the audience for a public participation item? Seeing none there. Any announcements at the table? Yes, Mitchell.
Thank you, Jim. I'm happy to report we had another successful shredding day with the Orange Recycling Committee in concert with the Orange Rotary Club, the Orange Lions Club, the Orange Community Women, Buy Nothing Orange, as well as the Regional Water Authority and their Haz Waste facility. In addition, we also have the Girl Scouts selling cookies. So it was a great day for everyone. We collected over 11,000 pounds of paper that was shredded. That was more than a full truck full. We collected 32 mattresses that are being completely recycled. The other groups had some great response as well. In addition to that, at the Haz Waste, there were 230 vehicles that went through, 129 of which were from Orange. So they've considered that a big success as well. And then the Rotary Club, who collects volunteer donations for the shredding in response to them sponsoring us, collected over $2,300 for their scholarship fund, which is a great success for them. So while I've got the microphone, our next shredding day, get your calendars out, will be Saturday, October 25th. Thank you, Jim.
Very good. Okay, anybody else at the table? Seeing none, we have a few. Of course, we lost a couple. Steve Lestrito, who was a town resident here all his life, provided bus service in the town, owned the florist out at Orange Center and Route 34, was a landscape contractor, was a terrific guy, passed away about 2 weeks ago. And right down basically down the street from where Steve lived for years was Frank Gallipoli. I don't know if any of you knew Frank. Frank, unfortunately, he and his son were taking down a tree in their yard on Dogwood Road, and it took a turn for the worst, I guess is the way I can put it. And Frank was crushed by a portion of that tree, unfortunately. Very, very sad. He was a terrific, terrific guy. I've known Frank and his family, his children, his grandchildren for years. I think a lot of us have. I attended a memorial for him this past Saturday. Quite a loss, quite a loss. And then, of course, the biggest loss to all of us and to this town was Judy Williams. Judy sat on this board, ran with me for multiple elections, fought cancer for 11 and a half or more years. We would talk every Sunday for all those years, every Sunday, whether in person or by phone or passenger pigeon, but we spoke every Sunday. And every election she would say to me, "You want me to run? Should I run?" And I'd say, "You're going to run." I said, "And you're going to win." I said, "And when the time comes that you feel that you need to step out, you come in and see me and you step out, no questions asked." She did that and then said, "It's time." She says, "Barb got almost 17 years. I don't think I'm getting that many years." And she didn't. But She left her own destiny of what she wanted. She says, I need somebody to take my place who will watch for the town and care for the town. What do you want? Tell me what your thoughts are. And she says, I would like Judy Smith. I said, okay, but Judy has been approached before and hasn't wanted to leave the zoning board. She said, give me her number. I gave her the number. They had conversations back and forth, and it was orchestrated, and Judy wouldn't leave zoning unless there was somebody that she felt comfortable and confident with to take her place on the zoning board. After how many years were you on zoning? 32 years on the zoning board. So they talked, the women, and they came up with Joe McGuire, also known as Jay, and he lives on Russell Avenue. His wife is Kathy Sperry McGuire. They have long support for this town, and he agreed to take Judy's spot on the zoning, so he's on the appointments for tonight also. But it wouldn't have been possible if Judy Williams didn't orchestrate the whole thing. She then left on a vacation with family to go south. She was there one day. She came down with severe abdominal pain. They operated on her for a ulcerated bowel, but I think they maybe found more while they were there. She didn't bounce back from that. They flew her back into New Haven on a medevac plane. She went to Yale to ICU, where she never left. So, it's very hard to go through all of that, I'll be quite honest with you, but she orchestrated it, and she provided an outstanding replacement that will help govern this town of Orange. So that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. The Town of Orange budget referendum will be Wednesday, May 21st, from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. in this room right here. This year's Living Treasure recipients, which will be Pasta Festa tomorrow night, is Dr. Lawrence Messina, Trish O'Leary Treat, and Bob Sigler. It's at St. Barbara's in their big dining hall there. And all three of these people, I think probably everybody in the room knows at least one of them, if you don't know all three of them, but they have all been very generous with their time to the town of Orange and beyond. Sunday, May 25th, Memorial Day ceremony and parade beginning at 10:30 a.m. at the gazebo on the fairgrounds. Weather permitting, the parade will be after the ceremonies. The sign-up forms for participants is on the town website. Monday, May 26th, town offices and the transfer station will be closed for the Memorial Day holiday. Offices and the transfer station. And let's not forget, June is Dog License Month. Residents who own dogs can obtain their yearly dog license by going and seeing the Honorable Mary Shaw, Town Clerk, starting June 1st. The 4th of July concert. This year, the Bernadettes will be playing. Fireworks and the concert are Saturday, July 5th, with a rain date of Sunday, July 6th. So it's the 5th with a rain date of the 6th. That's all I got. Minutes. To consider and act upon the minutes of the April 9th, 2025 meeting, the public hearing, and regular Board of Selectmen meeting. Is there any errors, omissions, or corrections? If so, state page and paragraph. If not, is there a motion?
So moved.
Is that Mitch or Bill? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Unanimous. Item number 1, to consider and act on the appointment of Judy Smith to the Board of Selectmen to fill the vacancy to November 14th, 2025, vacated by Judy Wright Williams. Any questions? Any discussions? Is there a motion to be made?
So moved.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Abstain. I'd like to take a pause right here and ask Judy Smith to come up and Town Clerk Mary Shaw to come up and do the honors. And if her children would like to be with her for that, since you're in the room, you are more than welcome to. Photos, yeah.
Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge the duties as a member of the Board of Selectmen to the best of your abilities, so help you God? Congratulations.
Now you gotta sit over here. Congratulations. It's always the Irishman, gotta go for a hug. Okay, item number 2 is to consider and act on the request to conduct a public hearing during the June 11th, 2025 Board of Selectmen meeting regarding the Neighborhood Assistance Act application by New Haven Hebrew Day School. All we do is to approve that, to move that to the June meeting for New Haven Hebrew Day. Is there a motion to be made on that?
So moved.
Is there a second? Somebody got to speak up down there, we're not hearing you. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Unanimous. Item number 3 is to consider and act on request to hang a 100th anniversary banner for the Orange Volunteer Fire Department for the Firemen's Carnival. This year will be between July 31st and August 3rd. This is their 100th anniversary of the Orange Fire Department. They have done some fundraisers that are but the carnival is their biggest fundraiser, and they need it desperately, and I think that that's a good thing. Where'd Foyer? Oh, he's slouching down behind you guys there, he's hiding.
So moved. Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. To consider and act on the request to approve the policy for prevention of abuse and molestation for all town employees. This is a required action by our insurance carrier, as most municipalities are facing this. Mitch has just faced this also, I believe, in Guilford. It's become something that is very common, very needed, and very important. There is trainings and all that have to go along with that, but that is a town-wide policy. Dr. Scarpetti, since you're in the room, it goes to Board of Education as well as Town of Orange. You may have something already, being that you work with children and all, but this is also going to be a requirement of your side as well as my side. So, any questions on that? If not, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Unanimous. Item number 5 is to consider an act on request to waive the bid for resurfacing of the tennis courts at the High Plains Community Center and the award a contract to RS Site and Sports. The reason for this, they need to be sealed every so many years, and we spent a lot of money to put in those post-tension tennis courts out here on the side by the power lines, and the time has come for their first resealing and then relining of those courts. And Mr. Britton had spoken with the company that did the initial installation, and we are very happy with their services and how those courts came out, and he requested to stay with them for this service that has to be done every so many years. I'm not a tennis person, so I can't explain it much better than that, but that's what this is about. Any questions? If there are, Mr. Britton's in the room.
Quick question, Jim.
Go ahead.
So we're being asked to waive the bid requirements for this one, right?
We are.
Okay. And I just wanted to say that this was something that you've put forth because this is the same bidder that constructed in the first place, correct?
They're the ones who built those courts, yeah.
Okay. So then they're going to do the work.
They're doing I'll call it maintenance, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right? Any other questions? Seeing none, is there a motion on it, Mitch?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Motion is made and seconded. Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? Oppose? Abstain? Unanimous. To consider an act on request to approve tax refunds in the amount of $10,524.52. Any questions with those? No. The tax collectors, they've narrowed it down. They've done a very good job getting that under control. So, is there a motion to be made for that?
So moved.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Abstain? Unanimous. Pension Board report.
Next meeting of the pension board is tomorrow evening.
You're gonna miss Pasta Festa for that?
No, I'm missing the pension board for the Pasta Festa.
Okay,
But I understand there will be a quorum, and if I can get to the end of it, I will.
okay. Next committee is the Fred Wolf Park Ad Hoc Committee. Any report?
Yeah, meeting May 29th at 6:30 at the Town Hall.
Okay. Other than that, that's all the business for tonight's meeting. I do know that new restaurant that moved into the former Wooden Tap site, Gucci is how I'm gonna say it, seems to have been kind of popular. It opened 2 weeks ago. So I say, everybody, if you want to try the newest restaurant in town, you can go to Duck Donuts and get Duck Donuts, and then you can go over to Gucci and eat over there as well. That's all I have. Is there a motion to adjourn at 7:20?
Before we
Oh, go ahead.
Before we do that, there's a conflict for the June meeting.
Oh, okay.
And I was wondering if we could maybe move the meeting. It's the 8th grade dance night. So if we could move it to either Tuesday or Thursday, or maybe the week prior.
Anybody have preferences?
Oh, sorry, Jim, which day are we looking at?
So our meeting, as currently scheduled,
Should be the
is
11th,
June
right?
11th. So if we could, the 10th or the 12th or the 4th.
10th or the 12th, fine with me.
I'm available either day.
Was that Tuesday before?
The 10th.
Will the 10th work for everybody? The Tuesday, the night before?
Yeah.
Works for me.
So Mr. Shanley can put on his dancing shoes?
I won't be there.
Jim, will
but-
we have, Jim, will the room be taken by another board that night?
So that's the 2nd, so it should be fine.
Good.
What was that, Mitch?
I said, will the room, is it wetlands
That's
be
what
taken?
Dan's just saying, yes. It
Yes,
will
it's
be.
open?
Zoning was the week before and week
And when does
after.
wetlands meet? No?
Probably
Okay,
not.
okay, good. The 10th?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you all.
All right, so we'll move the June meeting to June 10th from the 11th. With that said, is there a motion to adjourn at 7:21?
Motion to adjourn.
We are in adjournment until 7:30.